Hi, I'm Ron Lau, the founder of TLC Tugger. I sure wish I could be with you at IML this weekend, but I have a wedding to attend. And my big news is since I turned over the reins of TLC Tugger to the great guys at Stealth Retainers, I've spent my retirement year writing a musical. I'm going to perform at Edinburgh Fringe this summer 25 times all through August. And I'm going to be using this beautiful instrument called a Harpejji. It allows me to strum chords like an electric guitarist. It's got 16 strings, but only the 3 that I'm touching are actually sounding when I strum all of them. And you can play solos on it. And play bass if you needed to, with the right effect setup. But anyway, I'm going to use it to perform an original musical that includes 8 songs and a slideshow called The Foreskin Diaries at Edinburgh Fringe. And today I'm going to play for you 2 of those songs and also a couple of the cover songs that I'm going to be busking on the sidewalk during the festival. So let's start with Grow It Back Again. Let's see if this will play from my phone. I accompany myself with these tracks, but you'll be able to hear the instrument. Here's your new baby and he's perfect as can be. Let's hope his life is not too rough. Why give his genitals cosmetic surgery? He seems quite well endowed, but what guy has enough? I wish my parents had defied conformity, preserved my pleasure parts so I could feel it glide. That amputation won't prevent an STD and infants aren't at risk. Why steal my right to decide? I don't want much, just want my foreskin back again. No, it's not TMI, I shared it cause we're friends. My parents chose this road, but I'll choose where it ends. Don't I deserve it all? Gonna grow it back again. Yeah, grow it back again, yeah. I'm gonna fix me. It's gonna take some time, but I can grow an inch a year. That's not so fast, but the new skin will last. So go ahead and laugh at this tugger I strap on every night to undo superstition that tried to supersede my rights. Whoop it up. Your sitcom victim won't remember a thing, except that you denied him all the joy that love should bring. 2 million more mutilations every year. You have got to know it's wrong. Just let it die. And let the last victim try to grow it back again. Grow it back again, yeah. You talked Bill Gates out of a few hard-earned simoleons to do a so-called study where you cut some Africans. But it's still clear that condoms are the best form of prevention. Now that you've failed, who will heal those angry men? I'm gonna tug and grow my foreskin back again. No, it's not TMI, I shared it cause we're friends. My parents chose this road, but I'll choose where it ends. Don't I deserve it all? Gonna grow it back again. I'm gonna tug and grow my foreskin back again. No, it's not TMI, I shared it cause we're friends. My parents chose this road, but I'll choose where it ends. Don't I deserve it all? Gonna grow it back again. Yeah, grow it back again. Grow it back again, yeah. Grow it back again. The next one in the show, and the next one I'm going to do for you, is called I Want to Help You Restore. It's also next on my phone. Here we go. gave consent to cut yours up. You're not alone, in fact you'll never be lonely. You can count on me. I'm going to help you restore just half the power that was always yours. And with some help from your friends, take back control of how your story ends. You need some TLC. Circumcise? You have no idea what you're missing. Take back control. Undo the damage with TLCtugger.com. Stealth retainers. You need some TLC. You saw a protest by some bloodstained men. They told you things that you could never unknow. Now you heard that you could grow it back again. You want it all, and so you're ready to go now. Just wait until you see. I'm going to help you restore just half the power that was always yours. And with some help from your friends, take back control of how your story ends. You need some TLC. Real, you'll feel the glide and sensitivity as you undo. You'll celebrate more ecstasy. You'll want to help and restore just half the power that was always. Everybody. We're going to help and restore just half the power that was always yours. And with some help from our friends, take back control of how our stories end. You need some TLC. And as I said, in the afternoons, I'll be busking on the sidewalk at Fringe, and that set is all cover songs. I take popular songs, and I write foreskin-oriented lyrics for those. So this is an example of that. This is Radiohead's Creep. I call it Slink. You were just a boy. They let your parents decide how low you would dangle, whether your skin would glide. They changed you forever. Would they dare touch a girl? I guess girls are special, but I say you're special. This world's asleep since so long ago. Why the hell did we cut down there? That skin belongs there. Just that it hurts, or that they didn't heed your screams. They cut your healthy body in a money-making scheme, and it alters the function even when it goes well. 'Cause foreskin is special. I wish I was special, but I'm hurt deep in my heart and soul. Why the hell did they cut me there? That skin belonged there. Now I'll own it. We have learned we can restore. Say us tugging it, the tug, 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 tugging along. Restoring makes me happy. Gonna tug my skin long. Restored skin is special. I'm making me special, like David's Dink by Michelangelo. I got your turtleneck right here. Foreskin belongs there. Foreskin belongs there. And lastly, I got for you my own version of Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run. I call it Born Intact. These parody lyrics I've also used to write an original song. That's in the show. But these are the melody you would remember with the words you've never heard. So here we go. This is called Born Intact. Oops, keeps blinking out. Every day a perfect baby is born, his parents' little bundle of joy. By nightfall, butchers line up to cut him and make him less of a boy. Strapped to his circumcision, peeling his tender glands, crushing his frenulum and sending him home with a scar. Whoa, that baby's cries could rip the heart from your chest, but it's not a done deal. We gotta do our best, we gotta save what he'll never get back. 'Cause he's just like us, babies are all born intact. Welcome, gentlemen, thanks for having me in. I need to tell you a troubling story. You were just hours old when they strapped you down and sliced away half your glory. Together we can get some of it back. It's gonna take some work, but you really can restore some slack. Whoa, will you share your success with the world? 'Cause babies could be spared if more men knew their burden and how empty being circumcised feels. They need to know slack is wild and they need to hear you share your zeal. Babies scream for protection from harm. Girls who've never seen that foreskin still swear intact was a cause for alarm. They still sell stolen skin by the piece or the pound, so the butchers are still getting rich. We gotta shout it out and march in the streets until mutilation no longer exists. Hey! Superhighways getting flooded with the truth. We're getting out the word every day and night to save tomorrow's youth. Together, people, we can conquer this madness. We'll be dancing with joy when they ban this evil scourge. Whoa, will you share? Someday we'll all have left this earth a better place than we found it by answering the urge to care for all humankind. So shout it just like us. Babies are all born just fine. You know it just like us. Babies are all born intact. Just like us. Babies are all born just fine. Whoa, whoa, oh, 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 oh. They're all born just fine. I wish I could be there with you, IML. Look for me, foreskindiaries.com at Edinburgh Fringe this summer.